Hi, I'm Lyra and this is Trilogy, and today I created my first tag/challenge, which is the artistic author tag. So this is a bit more like a challenge because this involves you creating art for your story. However, the reason I decided now to do my first tag was because this is going to be the 100th video on my channel. Now technically it's the 102nd one I posted, but since 2 are unlisted, this will make it 100 videos on my channel, which is really exciting. So one thing I love is drawing and art, even if I'm not always the best at it. And that's one thing about this too. You don't have to be the best to participate in this. This is just for fun, for writers to share their story in a visual medium. So I thought it would be a great idea to combine my two loves and make a tag/challenge out of it. So I'm going to go into more details when I'm drawing this. However, some things I would like to know is you don't have to film yourself doing the drawing. I just chose to. And also, if you have artwork you already made and you don't want to remake something, or you want to share that really specifically, then you can do that. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, let's get into my drawing. For my first drawing, I decided to do one that was more specific to the challenge. And yes, I said first drawing because I couldn't help myself. So for the challenge, you can either just draw whatever you want related to your story, or you could try to get a couple of things in it that represent your story. So one thing I'd like to know is I'm drawing her in a dress and then later realize that's not what she's wearing in this scene. So yeah, there's gonna be some changes to this, and I just thought I'd note that. But anyway, so the things that you can draw to get sort of extra points are you can draw your protagonist, you can draw a side character, antagonist, and love interest. And if you don't have a love interest, just someone who your protagonist has an important relationship with. You can draw a symbol in your story, an important object, a setting, and or even an actual scene that happens in your book. So I tried to do all of these in this specific video, which I think I succeeded at. However, I will say that the antagonist character is a bit of a stretch, because I will say one of these characters eventually become an antagonist, but I don't normally describe him as a villain. And also one thing you'll note is I'm using watercolor, which I am not particularly familiar with. So this was a fun experiment that I tried to do, and I thought it turned out fairly well. Oh, as you can see, I changed her outfit there, and the character above her was the first one I drew, and you can see on his finger there's color there, and that is the symbol I drew. You can't really see it in the picture, but it's there. And then the object in her hands is the object that's in the story. And so this scene takes place in a tree, which again, I haven't worked on this story since I started college due to, well, just college being difficult. So there's a bit of a gap there. Now there's another character there, and that's because my camera messed up, so sorry about that. But anyway, since I haven't worked on this so long, this scene might not still be in the book. However, I wanted to do a scene specifically near the beginning of the book that's less likely to be changed. This scene is actually on my NaNoWriMo page that you can read the original draft for. Well, not original, but the draft I did then. So if you want to see that, you can check it out. But yeah, so now you can see there's Sonia and 2 male characters, Brutus, who's on the bottom, and Nathan, who's on the top. And I just drew Cassius, which I know it looks like Brutus is attacking Cassius, but I'm promising you he's not attacking Cassius. They're both fighting the same thing. It's just poor placement, but yeah. Anyway, so I decided to draw all 3 of them, and one of them is the love interest. One of them is a side character who I would say isn't particularly antagonistic and isn't, whereas the third one is a villainish character during certain points of the story. However, I didn't want to specify. So one thing I really like about this drawing is how I used purple for the background. I kind of mixed purple, blue, and a magenta color, and I really like how it looks. I think it's very pretty, and I like how the moon looks too. So yeah, that's my drawing. So here's a closer look at it, and you can see that's Nathan, and on his finger is this symbol. It's a ring, very close up. But yeah, it's an 8-pointed star with a green eye in the middle, since it's kind of blurry and you can't tell. But one thing I will say is his outfit's based on ancient Rome, and I really like how it turned out. Still trying to show you it. There's Sonia. I tried to give her blotchy skin, and she's holding the orb because she has blotchy skin. And then that's Cassius and Brutus on the right. And so yeah, those are my characters. I really like how it turned out. I decided to do a second drawing without doing all the challenges, but doing what I'm most comfortable with, which is portraits, hence why my last drawing, the background was literally just a tree and purple smudges with white dots, because minimal effort backgrounds are my favorite backgrounds to draw. But anyway, so I decided to do a portrait of my protagonist in graphite because that's what I'm most comfortable with. Not my best portrait, but it's a portrait. I would like to use this opportunity to tag everyone. So first person I'm tagging is Fictional Fangirl, who is super sweet, the first other booktuber to reach out to me, which was awesome. And I did her first original tag and she hasn't been feeling the best, so I definitely think you should go check her out and give her some love. Next person I'm tagging is Julian Greystoke. We recently did a tag together and both our videos were super funny. She is a prolific artist and shows her art on your channel all the time, so I definitely want to see her do this. Next person is A World of Worlds, who also has shown her art on her channel. It's so cute. I'd love to see her do this tag. Next person is JLW Reeds, who always makes me feel included by tagging you when she does tags, and I would love to spread the love back to her and tag her in my first original tag. Next person is Ass Howell, who's one of the sweetest people on here. She's always spreading love on Twitter, and I definitely think you should check her out. Next person is Catherine Francis, who is one of the sassiest people here, and I would love to hear her comments while doing this because she has super fun personality. Then I went on AuthorTube and asked people, and I got to meet a bunch of people I wasn't as familiar with who would want to do this. First person was The Nerdy Book Nerd, who has the best channel name, and if her drawing video is even a quarter as good as her channel name, I'm gonna enjoy it. Next person was Emmy Gregory, who showed a picture of a dragon, which was super cute, and I really liked it, and I'm excited to see what else she draws. The next one, The Writing Engineer, and I'm actually familiar with him, and he's a small channel with some cool science videos, and I definitely think you should check him out because he's not as well known, and he said he's not a prolific artist, but you don't need to be, so anyone can do this. Next person is Nicole McKean, who actually does digital art, and I'm excited to see that medium because I'm not as familiar with it. Also, she made her own book covers, and they look awesome, so I'm excited to see her do this. Next person is Ellie Nessman, who I checked out her channel, and she's done some Christmas ornaments, and so she's definitely creative, and I want to see her do this. Next person is Emily McCosh, who did a speed paint on her channel, and it looked really good, and so definitely think you should watch that video, and I want to see what she does. Next one is VM Lawrence, who is actually an illustrator who does picture books, so this is right up her alley, and I'd love to see her art. Next one is Jolly Molly Wong, who has tons of character art on her channel with great backgrounds, unlike me, and I definitely want to see her do this because it looks really good. Next one is Mike Frizzy Wright, who has done his character art on and posted on IG. I don't know what IG is, so I need to learn what that is so I can see his character art, but that's really fun. Next person is Derek Lee Stewart, who he has done use 3D software to make his characters, again, digital medium I'm not as familiar with, but I'm excited to see it. Next one is Author A Peak, who said she's no Picasso, which is slightly disappointing because I wanted to see a vertical turned eyeball with a sideways nose and a purple person. But besides that, I think her video will be super fun, even if her characters aren't completely distorted in freaky ways. I don't think that's what she meant, but that's how I took it. But yeah, I'm glad that she volunteered to do it, and I'm sure she's more talented than she's given herself credit. But yeah, those are everyone I'm tagging, and now let's get back to my face, and I hope you like my drawing of Sonia. So these are my two creations. As you can see, one of them is more based around the challenge, and I tried watercolors, which I am not too familiar with, and it's a slightly more cartoonish, less realistic style. And then this one is slightly more realistic, not entirely, and it's black and white graphite, something I'm more familiar with. So yeah, I would love to hear which drawing you like better or what you like about each of them, because they were really fun to make and took forever, despite the fact I sped the video footage up to like 3,000% to make it as short as it was. So yeah, I spent hours on these. So I hope you like them. I do, even though I know they're flawed. I really like the color scheme for this and how the tree turned out. And I also just like how this looks, even if it's not entirely perfect. I had to make the eyes closer together, but it works, so it's fine. But yeah, these were really fun to make, and I am super excited to see everyone else's rendition of this tag. If you do it, feel free to link it down below. I know YouTube might at first, or at least tell me that you've done it, and then I'll definitely check you out because this is really fun and exciting, and I had a great time doing this, so I'm excited to see other people do it too. So again, thank you for watching. I would love to hear what you thought about this, and I'll see you later.